Radhe Radhe everyone. Today we are going to watch a video about Sri Krishna Bal Leela Madhuri from Premras Madhura, written by Jagadguru Sri Kripalaji Maharaj, and it's translated by Dr. Bhageshwari Devi Ji from Radha Madhav Society, United Kingdom. My humble pranams to my Divine Master's Divine Lotus feet for giving the world the precious treasure of divine knowledge about the divine Leelas of Sri Radha Krishna, and not only the knowledge about Sri Radha Krishna Leelas, but he has given the world the precious treasure of the beautiful forms of Sri Sitaram and Sri Radha Krishna for all of us to meditate upon. Along with me, you all can bow down to my Divine Master's Divine Lotus feet and offer a garland of flowers to his Divine Lotus feet, and let's all pray to him to follow his instructions and to practice in our daily life and to get rid of these material afflictions. Let's all watch this video and contemplate upon the divine Leelas of baby Krishna, and let's all enjoy doing meditation of baby Krishna. Sri Krishna Leelas. Blessed is Mother Yashoda, who calls the Supreme Lord Kanuva and Balarama Balwa. Both are affectionate pet names. She scolds Shyam Sundara, seeing him covered in mud. You have been a pig in your previous lifetime. This is a fact, as Sri Krishna had previously descended as the divine boar, Sukravatara. Seeing his beautiful water pastimes, she says, "You must have been a fish previously." This is also true. There was a previous descension called Matsya Avadara. Seeing mud in her son's mouth, she lifts up a thin stick to threaten him and ties him by the belly to a grinding mortar. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, the Father of the universe has chosen to come in Nandagava as Yashoda's son. The gopi says to an intimate friend, "Oh Sakhi, I saw Nandalala, the beautiful darling of Nanda, yesterday. I had gone to Mother Yashoda's house on some errand, and I saw him playing there. A beautiful crest of peacock feathers was in the top knot on his head, and his hair was extremely curly. A beautiful yellow jamkali was shimmering on his body, and his earrings were swaying next to his cheeks. As he was crawling around all fours, the kinkini on his waist and the anklets on his feet were making sweet tinkling sounds. Oh Sakhi, no sooner did I see Madana Gopala, that enchanter of Kamadeva, then I became helpless in the throes of love." Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, Mother Yashoda is making that personality dance to the beat of her claps. Who makes the entire world dance to his tune through his invisible power Maya? I sacrifice myself on the captivating, beautiful, dark complexion Sham Sundara. A beautiful peacock feather sways on his head, and his dangling curly locks creates the most beautiful image. When he shrieks with joy, one sees his two shining milk teeth, and he is crawling around on all four captivates the mind. His yellow jamkuli glistens on his body and his gold earrings sway gently. The anklets on his feet tinkle melodiously, and the maidens of Braja watch this sight enraptured from a hidden place. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, "Blessed is the land in which this child has appeared, blessed is the mother who gave birth to and nurtured him, and blessed is the village of Gokula, which is the site for his beautiful childhood pastimes. The Supreme Lord is playing in the courtyard of Yashoda. He is crawling on all fours. Butter is smeared on his face, and black mark has been put on his forehead to ward off the evil eye. He sometimes crawls slowly and sometimes fast, squealing with joy. Seeing some mud from a distance, he goes quickly to that spot and puts it in his mouth. The reason for Sham Sundara eating the dust of Braja or putting it on his head with great joy that it is the food dust of his great devotees. When his mother forcibly takes it out of his mouth, he rolls on the ground, showing his anger. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, then Mother Yashoda lifts him up in her lap and kissing and fondling her child. She tries to placate him in various ways. Sham Sundara is playing with a jewel-studded pillar. Seeing his own reflection in those jewels, he gives a beautiful shriek of joy, thinking it to be another child. He bares his teeth and sometimes sticks his tongue out at it. Sometimes he shows his finger to the reflection, making gum gum sounds. Sometimes irritated at seeing the child in the reflection irritating him in return, he strikes the pillar with his little hands and sometimes strikes it with his little foot as well. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, in this way, by getting pleased and sometimes irritated with his own reflection, baby Krishna is giving great joy to his mother Yashoda. Lala has started crawling around on his hands and knees. A peacock feather is tilted slightly to one side on his head, and his curly locks create a captivating scene. A thin yellow jamkuri shimmers beautifully on his bluish body. The sweet tinkling sounds of the kinkini at his waist and the anklets on his feet allure the hearts of all the maidens of Braja. How can one describe the beauty of his milk teeth when he squeals with joy? Only a person blessed to witness it can experience his beauty. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, little Gopala also takes a few fluttering steps holding on to the fingers of Mother Yashoda. Baby Sham Sundara's mouth is mad with butter. He is holding some butter in his hand, some is in his mouth, some is smeared here and there on his body, and he is putting some in Balarama's mouth. Crawling on hands and knees, his anklets on his feet are making a sweet tinkling sound. Because of his movements, his peacock feather crest is also swaying back and forth. Seeing this scene, countless Kamadevas are kissing his little feet. The beauty of countless Kamadevas can be sacrificed on the beauty of those little feet. His earrings are swaying gently, his jamguli is shimmering, and his beautiful teeth become visible when he shrieks with joy. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, watching all this from a concealed place, Mother Yashoda sacrifices herself on this beautiful scene. Oh, Saki, baby Nandalala is taking his first staggering steps. Innocent Gopala is placing each step on the ground, slowly walking with great care. As he walks, his Pitambara falls off, causing all the gopis present to laugh. Mother Yashoda, beside herself with joy, keeps putting the Pitambara back on him. Every time it falls off, whenever he sees some mud, he promptly puts it in his mouth with great stealth. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, seeing him putting mud in his mouth, the cowherd boys threatened him, shaking their forefingers. Nandalala has just begun to toddle. He stands up by himself and takes a few hesitant steps, but falls down again and again. Giving up, he starts crawling again until he reaches the threshold of the main door, which is like an insurmountable obstacle for him. Using his little hands, feet, and stomach, he makes all possible efforts to cross it quickly, but fails. When he starts crying, Mother Yashoda comes running to her little child. He who can annihilate countless universes by a mere flicker of his eyebrow is engaged in infinitely sweet childhood pastimes. Mother Yashoda is reasoning him, do not cry, my little darling, I will have the threshold removed tomorrow. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, caressing her little child, Mother Yashoda pretends to hit the threshold in order to pacify him. Little Gopala has begun to walk with unsteady steps, but repeatedly falls down. He somehow manages to stand up by taking hold of Mother Yashoda's finger. Balancing himself like an acrobat would on a tightrope, he squeals with great joy when he manages to take a few steps. Taking a step, he falls on the ground but then gets up promptly. After falling and getting up repeatedly, he gets irritated and lapses back to crawling on his hands and knees. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj, Nanda and Yashoda are truly blessed as they have attained the fulfillment of their lives, watching their little child's delightful pastimes. Caressing little Sham Sundara, who is still sleeping, Mother Yashoda says, oh, apple of my eye, wake up now. It is daybreak, and the parrots, cuckoos, and crows are begun to call. Can't you hear them? A cool, gentle breeze is blowing, carrying the fragrance of blooming flowers and sheldrake, chakai, which separates from its mate at night, is again reunited with him. Look, the fast rays of the sun have come, driving away the rays of the moon. Seeing the rising sun, the lotuses have begun to blossom, and the bees are settling on them, drinking their nectar. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, saying this, Mother Yashoda took her little child's face in both hands and kissed it repeatedly with great love. After much cajoling, little Harry has woken up, but his eyes are still drowsy. Though red from sleepiness, his jewel like eyes still contain the essence of bliss. Shyam Sundara's eyes are more restless than a wagtail known for the constant movement of its tail. Beautifully shaped like a fish and yet exclusively directed to his lovers, just as a chakora and partridge stares exclusively at the moon, so all three are gazing at his eyes in fact fascination. Their pride defeated his eyes, which crushed the pride of Kamadeva, are not opening, resembling a sword. The eyelids are the sheath, and the eyes which pierce the hearts of devotees with pangs of love, the sword. Baby Shyam Sundara is yawning with his eyes still closed, and Mother Yashoda is holding him up with her hands, lest he falls over and goes back to sleep again. He totters, and his feet are placed on the ground, and he sleepily opens his eyes in between steps. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says the bewitching sight of sleepy Lala has to be seen to be believed. It forcibly captures the hearts and minds of all viewers. The two abodes of bliss, Shyam Sundara and Balarama, are quarreling with Mother Yashoda for some butter. Shyam Sundara is in front of his mother and with his arms around her neck. He is making a tremendous fuss. Balarama, on the other hand, is pulling her plate from behind, trying to get her attention. Mother Yashoda catches hold of Shyam Sundara with one hand and Balarama with the other and addresses them by name. Both of you will get the stick right now if you do not let me do my work. I am churning the yogurt to get butter, so go and play somewhere else. Sri Kripalaji Maharaj says, little Shyam Sundara still insists, give me the butter without churning the yogurt. The gopis present start laughing with joy, hearing his sweet, innocent words. Mother Yashoda is trying to get Shyam Sundara to drink his milk. She says, who wants to be my darling son? Who will be good and do what he is told? Before Balarama can respond, Kanha eagerly says, me. Yashoda says, who will drink the milk of the black cow, Kajari? Hearing the word milk, Gopala tries to run away. Mother Yashoda grabs him by the hand and tries to get him to drink his milk in various ways, but he stubbornly resists. Finally, Mother Yashoda says the plait of hair of the person who drinks this milk grows really long and he grows up very fast. Innocent Kanha was captured by these words as a parrot gets caught in a net. But after every gulp, he examines his hair to see if has grown, and all the cowherds start laughing at his innocence. After having drunk his milk because of this deception, Mother Yashoda plays her next move. In the words of Sri Kripalaji Maharaj, she says, the child who drinks his milk after having been told just once gets such a long braid of hair that it reaches the nether world. Very nice, right? The Leela song. If you want to read more, you can buy this Premras Madra book from our JKP Literature Online shop. Yeah. And as usual, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel Jagat Gurutham Lectures, the JKP YouTube channel, Jagat Guru Kripal Parakshit YouTube channel, and don't forget to download the apps Kripalunidhi and Sanatana Vedic Dharma apps. In one stop you can get all my Divine Masters lectures, kirtans, etc. etc. It's like an ocean, spiritual ocean. And let's all practice to watch my Divine Masters divine teachings through books, through YouTube channels, and let's all practice in our daily life to get rid of this material sufferings and to walk in the path of bhakti. It's only through constant practice of Rudhyana of Shama Sham that your mind will be observed in them. The Rasik scenes reveal to us that Sri Shama is the soul of Sham Sundar, who is the super soul of all souls. Never forget your Swamini Shama. At that same time, pray to her that she may never forget you too. Always feel the presence of Sri Shama in your heart, noting down all your actions. Theoretical knowledge of the scriptures is of no use until it leads you to the complete faith and complete surrender to Sri Shama. Be ever absorbed in the loving remembrance of Sri Shama's names, form, qualities, pastimes, associates, and abodes. Love selflessly without having any desire for your personal pleasure. Do not read any text which does not describe the glories of Shama Sham's name, qualities, forms, pastimes, and abodes. So let's all practice to visualize Sri Radha Krishna. Through practice we can attain anything. We can easily meditate upon the Leelas of Sri Radha Krishna. We'll see you all soon with another Leela. Thank you. Radhe Radhe.